We are live right now for a post Camp Xul recap of everything that happened last weekend at Camp Xul in Ohio. Right now we have Keagan, Grimm up in the chat. We're waiting on Donnie, Menace, Cody, Manson, and MAXXX. S.O.N will not be joining due to undisclosed reasons. But right now, Keagan, what are you working on lately, man? What's up with you?
Oh, brother, I'm staying busy, man, all the time. Working on graphics and videos for a lot of the dope underground cast we got out there, and working on my own music. I should have another album coming out.
After what up, Cody?
What up, brother? What up?
Hey, it's all good. We're just waiting on MAXXX and Donnie Menace right now. That's only two. S.O.N was not able to join. S.O.N was not able to join the live feed tonight for undisclosed reasons. But Keagan and Cody Manson are live right now. But yeah, Keagan, you were just talking about stuff you're working on.
Yeah, man. I stay busy. You know what I'm talking about, and I just started a new endeavor where I'm going to be printing merch, printing shirts, and things like that. So I keep busy around here.
Yeah, man, you do. You're always on doing lyric videos, doing flyers, booking shows, jumping on shows, all types of shit. Well, what up, Cody? How are you tonight, man?
Shit, I'm gonna keep rich. I'm tired as hell, bro. I don't care.
Looks like you've been rocking out since Camp Xul ended, bro.
Yeah, I just was out in Denver all week, and then I fucking landed off my flight from Denver and Detroit, ran down to Toledo to the show last night. I'm just getting home today.
Word. Looks like Donnie Menace is joining. What up, Donnie?
What up?
You hear us all?
Yeah, I can hear y'all.
What's good, Donnie?
So as I said before, S.O.N cannot join the chat because he's doing other busy things with his personal life. But we have Keagan Grimm right now, Cody Manson, Donnie Menace. We're waiting on MAXXX.
I'm actually early for once. I'm usually late as hell.
Hey.
Oh, it's all good.
I can't believe I'm on time right now. Fuck.
Nah, you're good, bro. So yeah, let's get into this.
The time I cook on Sunday.
First of all, how did y'all find each other's music for the first time, and what were your first reactions to hearing a specific track from each of you?
Let's go first.
I found out about Donnie through a homeboy of mine named Vegas when I was locked up and shit. We were walking the prison yard, and we had a thing in common because we were one of the only two people that knew about like underground / juggalo shit. And he used to tell me about how there's this dude Donnie Menace from Vegas that I need to check out, how he's the animal out there. And then that's also how I heard of LSP for the first time. I actually explained this at the church of the Xul, the LSP seminar thing. But yeah, just a homie was just telling me about how there's this label out of Denver that's fucking grinding hard, how they own a venue, the Roxy Theater, and this is before Donnie was even LSP too. So it was really weird. Just I don't know, just kind of like I was in a very dark place, being in the joint. Then like having someone like that kind of always gave me like an outside look to like what to look forward to when I come home. But like, yeah, as soon as I came home, I looked up Donnie Menace, I looked up Scum. That's how I first heard of any of them.
Wow. So man, you were just pretty much living the prison life, and somebody just came up to you and was like, "Yo, man, I bumped this shit."
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow. So yeah, Keagan, how did you discover the music of Cody Manson and Donnie Menace, and your first initial reaction to their content?
Man, I remember hearing about Donnie Menace from fucking way back, talking like horrorcore.com days and shit.
I'm an old fart.
There we go. Those days are classic for sure. Before the FBI raided that shit.
Cody, it was dope. Thank you. Well, Cody, I was moving up here to Ohio, and I hollered at my homegirl Razakel, and I said, "Yo, who do I need to talk to up in Ohio? Who's dope in the underground up here?" And she said, "Fucking Cody Manson." and you know, linked up, started doing shows and shit. That's what's up.
That's exactly how we met too. The same way for Keagan. That's how I found Keagan, was through Razakov. Actually, too, though, I seen some lyric videos you did before. I think it was one you did for XO or some shit.
Yeah, word.
He's always dropping fresh lyric videos.
That's when I first initially heard your music.
And on my end, so with Cody, I remember I didn't realize you went by a different name before. And Cycle was telling me that, and we've actually crossed paths a couple of times, Cody. Cycle was telling me that before. And you reached out to me before about like doing some music, and then that's what made me check your shit out. It was just it was one of those messages I seen like hella later. But when I heard your shit, it was dope, and then come to find out you were like right in the process of already joining LSP when I already signed. But everything I heard, I was all for it right from the jump. And then it bugged me the fuck out when you told me what you did about the person you met out in prison, because that's the mutual that I had with AXE as well. And because he used to live out in Ohio. Yeah, he used to live in Ohio at one point. His nickname is Vegas, actually. But yeah, so like that bugged me out just from how many times we crossed paths. I didn't realize who you were and shit. But once I finally heard everything, I was all for it. And with Keagan, it was actually similar to Cody. I kept seeing his name pop up for the lyric videos and graphic work and a lot of things he did. I didn't actually legit know you rapped at first, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I seen you at first for your other work, and then when you reached out to me to do that song, that's what made when you sent me to rough draft your record and everything. But what made me even want to hear it was what you reached out for me to do with you anyway. That cypher track that me and Cody were already on, but everything I've heard from there, I've actually enjoyed. And it's a breath of fresh air to hear a lot more, just, you know what I'm saying, just fresh voices and just good people just continuing to keep the music alive overall, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you guys are all talented in your own unique ways. And MADD should be joining. Man, he might be delayed or something. He hasn't messaged yet, but just stay tuned. He could just randomly pop up in the chat, as far as I know. But yeah, let's get into Camp Xul. You know, I don't really want to get into like questions individual for all of you, but let's just break down Camp Xul and how it affected each and every one of us. From waking up in the morning and walking through the gates for the first time and seeing all the crazy shit going on. So, if everyone wants to kick off first.
I just want to say Camp Xul was fucking lit. For those that were there, you know, I was definitely lit.
Oh, we was all sitting up in that motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, for real though. Like, what I loved about Camp Xul, I guess for me, just walking in and first thing I saw was "Welcome to Terror Town," and there's this big ass corpse hanging up on the sign, and you're just like, okay, you know what you're getting yourself into now. And then you walk in, and there's like this 1800s like haunted western setting or something with like old saloons and shit. It's just really cool. All the like mom and pop stores selling like weird ass artifacts and shit. I don't know. But nah, man, it was lit the whole weekend. We were pretty much fighting for heat outside, but besides the 30-degree weather, everybody still made it out and made it the best situation they could have made it, and like everybody was like smiling and shit, you know. It was powerful, man. Just watching everybody unite like that, dude. Hundreds of people showing up.
I would say that was honestly, I mean, overall, like. First and foremost, I would definitely say that was one of my favorite highlights about it overall was like I know we all got there like, what the fuck, when we seen the weather and everything, but just everybody made it work and still had a blast. Like that was like one of those rain, sleet, or snow, we were still going to have a good fucking time things. And definitely, yeah, peace to MAXXX and LLE for even having all of us, because it was a good experience overall, and just seeing what I did just with how we made it work with the circumstances being what they were just off weather alone. I can't wait to see how they grow from just this one, because you already know, like, they probably took notes and things to improve on from the first one, because you always do with your first attempt at something. But just overall, for the whole concept was genius. Like, the whole being in a horror town thing with a music festival is right up this, like, our alley in terms of the shit we're into. That concept alone was fucking dope to me. And just even after 11 o'clock, how they had the horror actors and everything walking around, it was a cool experience. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of fun there, and I can't wait to return to the next one.
Oh, yeah. The horror actors were on point, too, man. If you were watching what you were doing, dude, they were pulling some shenanigans on your ass.
Oh, yeah. People
walking up behind you to scare the shit out of you.
It's like, fuck you, I ain't getting caught up in that shit.
Yeah, that shit was wild.
There was the bracelet thing. Like if you were wearing one of their bracelets, they would like drag you off to some random location, and people kept trying to like name you these bracelets. Like, nah, I know what the fuck that is. Like I'm doing something right now. Like I don't want to be drugged.
What's fucked up about them? What's fucked up about them bracelets though is like, you know, I mean, part of my style is like the rave type of scene, like as well, like the trippy shit. And it's like I'm used to glow sticks. I used to throw glow sticks all over my shows during my set. So when someone came up with a glow stick bracelet, I was like, oh yeah, cool. And they're like, no, don't do that. I'm like, almost got me real easy with that one.
Yeah, Josh Blades almost got my ass with that fucking red thing. A couple people tried to hand them up to me like they were slick. Then I found out what they were. What the fuck? I get caught up in that shit.
Right. I was seeing people literally like, yeah, I'll wear it, you know, waving around while they were watching whatever they were watching live and then getting dragged away. Like, what the fuck? Why is he getting dragged away? And then finally I'm realizing what's going on. You know, I was like, don't wear the fucking bracelets, man. Or you're going to be like in some weird spot with caskets.
Oh, yeah, one guy got dragged into like the open grave and had shit poured on him and blood poured on him and whatnot. It was wild.
Yeah,
it's too much.
That dude running through the mud on all fours to chase people, dude. What the fuck?
Damn, that's dedication right there.
I didn't they have Grimm Smiles piggybacking people around that bitch too?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what it looks like on your angle, but I'm over here seasoning a roast, so don't mind me. I'm both.
You got Donnie, Menace, the chef, cooking.
He's over there cooking up that crack, baby.
Yeah.
I'm over here making carnitas, motherfuckers. Pork roast.
Yeah.
Look at the flick of his wrist.
If anybody is in the chat and you're close to MADD, tell him to get in the chat room, man. We need him in this live.
What's he doing right now?
I don't know, but he's in the group chat. Everybody read the message. But if anybody on whatever page you're viewing this on, you know MADD on his personal pages, tell him to join the StreamYard.
What happened with
Maximilian.
What happened with S.O.N?
He's too busy writing a Cody Manson diss record right now.
So, how would you guys like to see Camp Xul expand in general? Keagan, your thoughts?
Well, you know, I think it's definitely cool because we got to see its first iteration, and nobody knew what to expect. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
We had an idea. They said, okay, it's a haunted ghost town, whatever the fuck. But we didn't really know what to expect out there. And once you see it, it was so far beyond any expectations.
For real.
So, like, they can only go up from here. Because, like, the first year was dope as fuck with just bare minimum doing what they do and including a concert in it.
I really, the only expansion request I would have is just I seen places where they could have laid out a couple of things a little bit better, but that's things I'm sure they already took note of themselves. But like literally, other than that, every single way they did it, I just feel like as long as they keep building upon the way they're doing it, and hopefully the next time they do it, it's like a better weather overall, which it wasn't their fault. Like realistically, they had the right idea with November. It's just it's just been getting colder and colder these last few years, you know. But like other than that, once they pick a better season to do this shit, it's gonna be fucking amazing. Like, cause even with it being cold as fuck the way it was, we had a blast, you know.
Oh yeah, as I said, everybody was like smiling face to face.
Yeah,
they didn't care that there was snow coming down on them. They were there to party the fuck out and hang around with their hands over the garbage cans while they were burning the fire.
Yeah, like there was no bad energy over there. Like everybody had love for one another. Everyone was getting along. Like I didn't detect no bad bullshit the whole time I was there. And that's one of the, honestly, now that I think about it, that's another huge highlight for me is just the element of just that we were in. Everybody was enjoying themselves and was there to have a good time. Nobody was there for the bullshit or give a fuck about anything else other than having a good time.
Agreed.
I was about to say during my set, it started raining and stuff during my set, and you know, the first gathering I performed as a solo artist was Whoopstock a couple years back, and
oh shit, was it really?
Yeah, and it started fucking pouring rain, and I mean, I wasn't really buzzing or anything back then anyway, so I wasn't expecting to have like a big crowd, but like all the people that I know for a fact was gonna come see me didn't come see me because of the fucking rain, but like I kind of did draw some people in. So going into Camp Xul, knowing that it's kind of rainy, I wasn't expecting like much of a crowd in general just because of the rain. But like it was weird because the longer my set went on, the more freezing rain was falling, but the crowd just kept getting bigger and bigger. It was like every time I looked up in between songs, I seen more people coming in. It was like, I don't know, it was really dope that motherfuckers was willing to sit out there in the cold ass rain to check my shit out.
No, that was one of the that was honestly how it was very similar to what it was when I said during Camp Xul as well for this shit. Like I was nervous the whole time, especially because it was really just me and MADD. I was on night 2 over on that second stage anyway. It started like it was a little bit light at first when I went up, but it just started building more and more, and it was dope as fuck. And I remember because I got footage of your set, sent you and shit. But like I seen what you were talking about. It started raining when you were performing during yours. Like there was a couple times I ended up slipping in a puddle filming your fucking set actually. But yeah, man, like, but that's what I mean, just world talk through, just even with the weather and everything, just nobody was just, fuck it, it's too wet out here to watch people. Like, people were there to watch.
Yeah, they didn't.
Like, everybody had a crowd for the most part.
And one thing I got to say is shout out to MAXXX.
Yes.
For he grabbed, like, he bought out of his own money piles and piles of gloves and hand warmers for everybody and just sat them on the table for free. He did not sell them at all. He gave away for free out of kindness of his heart. And like people who've been outside for a couple hours, their hands are starting to get fucking cold. So that was mad props to him for doing that, man.
Yeah, he was dope as fuck for doing that. Yeah, because he had that and he had the hand warmers.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. It was like a blessing in disguise. We're just chilling all of a sudden. Here's Max out of nowhere. Just dumps all these gloves on this table. Hey, here you go.
And all of that shit really illustrates what Camp Xul was at the heart of it. That was a place for the love of the scene. Just
it was
fucking point blank period. People were out there despite the miserable ass weather. People were out there showing love at every opportunity because we were all there for the same goddamn reason.
Yeah, man. We're on history together.
Yeah.
I did like the Camp Xul, like the church layout, like that inside that building was so creepy with that. I don't even know what it was, man. It was like this figure behind the podium, like a bunch of like something you would see in Resident Evil or something, like stretching out all of his arms and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell that thing was, but expect a MAXXX music video filmed by Keagan up in there, dropping. I don't know when you guys plan on dropping that, but I was a witness to that, and that shit was crazy.
Yeah. That's gonna be dope, man. Because it was definitely a cool opportunity to use that whole awesome ass environment we were in. Like, why not use that shit? I know Fams and them shot a video. I'm pretty sure Axe did. It was just it's such a dope place, man. We had to take advantage of it.
Yeah, I love that the seminars were held in there too, because it was kind of secluded in its own area, so there wasn't a lot of noise. Yeah, you would hear like music playing sometimes, but all in all, it was like a great spot because it's secluded from everything. So I do recommend them keep holding seminars in that area.
Oh yeah, the Q&A was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, if you missed the LSP seminar, you can check it on the Faggot Lovers Instagram page. You just need to scroll down a little bit because the internet service is being a little weird out there in some spots. So I was only able to go live on Instagram at that moment, but it's on Instagram. And it's a pretty hilarious, informative LSP seminar. They went into their history and talked about a lot of different things, including what projects they're working on and all that. So check that out on the Faggot Lovers Instagram.
Real quick though, one thing that I thought was dope about the question, the Q&A with LSP, I don't know, like just going through hearing Scum talk about performing or hearing Scum talk about being a label for 21 years, and then hearing the fact that he's confident that not just me and Donnie, but like the newer LSP artists, he said he went from seeing how long he's gonna be able to withstand touring and shit. Now he pretty much passed us the torch, and that shit, I don't know, that shit was an honor for real.
It was.
Nah,
You
no,
guys
that
did
really
great.
felt good. Like seeing some say that shit in front of everybody, that felt fucking good. That was crazy. I wasn't expecting that. Like I know you wasn't. You know what I'm saying? That caught me off guard when he did said what he did.
Oh yeah, and finding out that
that
Scum wants to continue the LSP label. Donnie just dropped out of the chat. It must have been his internet.
He'll be back.
Yeah, he'll be back. But anyway, what I want to say, Cody, was seeing Scum talk about the future of LSP and saying how, like, even when he retires, he still wants the label to continue with new artists. Like, that's just fucking awesome to know that he has plans like that.
Yeah, most definitely. Like I said, as a new artist coming into LSP, like I know I wasn't the stereotypical artist that you. That's probably the last label you'd expect me to get on with my style. So I went into this kind of like as like an underdog or like a black sheep of it, to where like it wasn't about proving myself. I just know I had to work hard because I know even to this day I'm still gaining LSP fans. Like they're not just my fans because I'm on the label, and seeing the work pay off, then seeing, you know what I'm saying, from over the past year, like I'm starting to see Scum, not just Scum, but just everybody over there is starting to, beyond like my work paying off, they're starting to like, I don't know, believe in me a little bit more. I feel like, and like him saying that, that we're gonna be the ones to carry the label on to where he can sit at his office with his pinky up and shit. Like, I don't know, that shit was really dope and really humbling for real.
Yeah, congrats to you and all the success you're achieving, Cody. Same thing with you, Keagan. Donnie will want to jump back in here. I'm sure he will. But it's just great seeing LSP rise up. It's great seeing Keagan on the grind, constantly putting out, great lyric videos for the underground. Because not a lot of people, know that. Their music is a side hustle sometimes. You don't just put out music. You do all the other things too with it, like merch and making sure your content's dope with the videos and all that. And Keegan's able to do all that, so that's dope.
Yeah, when I started doing this shit, man, it was frustrating seeing people who I knew were great artists putting out like a mediocre looking product, and I could help with that, so I did. It's mutually beneficial, I think, and I think as a whole, it's
I don't know what happened.
Elevate a lot of this shit to better levels.
Welcome back, Donnie. And as I said, Donnie, I'm proud of what LSP has accomplished, and seeing you and Cody on the label is, you guys are keeping the legacy alive of Lyrical Snuff Productions. And what I thought was cool about the seminar was Scum saying that he wants the label to continue long after he retires, which is incredible that he's even thinking that far. You know what I mean?
Yes, definitely.
No, because I've been watching LSP now for at least 13 years. 2008, I came across some MySpace shit because you would see other artists have other artists in their friends list, all mutual friends, and you find out labels through clicking on their names and shit. And then horrorcore.com, obviously. Scum's like topics would always be in the thousands of views up on the Wicked Underground spot.
Be right back.
But yeah, as I said, I like the Scarerockers. Now, I didn't get into the scavenger hunt, but it looked like they had caskets set up. And when you wandered around, you could find like random AXE and M&E merch and shit. And I saw some of the caskets that when you open up, it would be like a model of a body that looked pretty realistic with like his intestines hanging out and shit. So I don't know.
That was like
just something I witnessed there walking around. Yeah.
I didn't even see that shit. I didn't even realize that was a thing until you sent me a picture. That shit was sick as hell.
Yeah, dude. I was wondering what the fuck it was because I came across them like, yo, I should take a picture of that. But then like I realized it was part of a scavenger hunt to find merch. And if you popped open the casket, there'd be a fucking fake dead body and there were like intestines and shit hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know they had a couple forever faces stashed out there that people found. So that was just another cool
That
thing that
was
they
awesome.
did, man. They
That was
really put a
dope.
lot of thought into this shit.
Oh,
That's
and I like
dedication.
how
They
there
threw
was,
that mud for those too.
I don't know what it was called, but I think they sold drinks, like hard liquor and shit. But there was like a sign that like said it sold body parts and it had like percentage and what pound of meat it was and all that. I thought that was a little weird but interesting at the same time. That was like one of the first things I noticed too, walking in. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, what about all the people that got married and proposed and stuff too?
Oh,
That was pretty lit.
That was fucking awesome.
because I know you witnessed a few of those.
Yeah, congratulations to Mr. Neck Pista and his new wife. I got to be their best man. That shit was lit. I wore a forever face during their little ceremony and shit.
Oh yeah.
They didn't just get married, man. They got married at a place that was like historic on top of it. Like that's what makes it so dope is they can live to say, yo, we got married at a place that also where underground history took place at. Like that was fucking dope, man.
Right, and then there was a couple that got engaged right after MADD set. I saw that.
Yeah, it was the homie, the Jew, and his girl. During MAXX's set, I saw Max tear up. It was an emotional, beautiful moment. Mad love to them. Those are beautiful people. Yeah, there was like two weddings and then the engagement. Fucking love was in the air at Camp Xul. God damn it.
This is directed at Cody when he comes back, but I believe that the people who got married, they were near the guillotine area with like the rope and shit. I can't remember, but I do remember them getting married because there was like people talking about it and they had a large gathering. But I witnessed for sure the engagement after MADD's set, which was a trip to see.
Yeah.
So what about recording artists, man? Who would you guys like to see more of? I mean, yeah, it was a pretty solid lineup, but I mean, people like Slasher Dave, and there's a couple of different bands out there. I feel like they were a refreshing breath of fresh air for the underground scene to not have just hip hop in their face. You know what I mean? Like a villain, like a villain played. So, what are your guys' opinion? Do you want to see more acts like that that are more on the heavier metal side or more on the synth and the horror side?
I think there's room for all of it, man. Like, I mean, you get acts up there like Fams and the Hooligans and Sky Swamp Orange, who both fucking absolutely crushed it. And
like a
Slasher Dave, his set was just some otherworldly shit, man. That was amazing.
Slasher Dave's set was probably my favorite set of the whole shit.
For real, he was dope.
Oh no, yeah, his set was
it had like goosebump rave vibes.
Yeah.
Right. And
overall,
go ahead, Donnie.
No, you're good. Like, I would say realistically, I like the balance that they bring because me personally, I don't give a fuck what the music is as long as it's good. And it just felt like everybody that was selected was handpicked and they actually screened and there was good quality control with just the overall roster, regardless of stage. I enjoyed every person that I watched. And every time I walked past the stage, even if I was wandering around just doing whatever the fuck, something caught my attention and made me stop and at least look. You know what I mean? Right. Everybody did good. And that's something that, especially in any genre you go to when you go to big events like this, you'll see a lot of bullshit. You know what I mean? But like, I enjoyed anybody that I walked by or seen or heard. Everything was good. And that's my thing. Like that's as long as they continue to bring quality, I don't give a shit what it is because it was good. That's my view with it at least.
Oh, I agree with you. But at the same time, I thought it was cool that there was good variety for people. You know.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Slasher Dead, man. To be honest, I only knew who he was from collaborating with Alazulalu, but I didn't realize that he was a producer. I thought he just like did some guest vocals on their song, but then I realized that he did full on synth, like John Carpenter slasher style music. And
oh yeah, that was ill for a beat set for sure. Like,
look, man, watching him live, dude, and he had Esham's drumming with him on stage. Holy shit, man! It like felt like I was watching, as I said, John Carper flick right in front of my eyes, but with like a fan set, you know.
So his music legit paints pictures. Is on its own. I enjoyed the shit out of them. His set.
Yeah, it's phenomenal, man. I've been hooked on his music. Donnie dropped out again. Now we got Cody back in. But yeah, let's talk about you and Slasher Dave, Cody. You guys linked up recently to put
yeah, so real quick, so I got hip to Slasher Dave because of AXE as well. Like the mausoleum stuff, and then really so some people I know got some artwork done from him like last year around Halloween. That's how I originally first ever heard of him, and I didn't know he was a producer. I thought he just did like graphics and stuff like that. And excuse me. So I reached out to him a while ago, like knowing it was probably gonna be pricey because he's obviously an established graphic designer and everything. So I just reached out like, yo, just kind of window shopping. What's your rates? And what he told me was outside of my budget at the time. And I told him, you know, respectfully, I just, you know, that's not my thing. He was like, all right, that's what's up. And by the way, man, Psychoactive was a hard ass album. You're fucking killing the underground. And I was like, whoa, what? Holy shit. I'm like, all right, thank you, bro. Like, and that was just like really cool, whatever. But then like months go by, almost a year goes by. Well, at least like 4 or 5 months guaranteed. But he messages me like, yo, he's like, I was stoned as hell and I made this beat. It's crazy as hell. He's like, I don't know any other rapper I know would even want to fuck with this. He's like, you probably won't even like this, but you're the only person I feel like I can hear rapping on this. So like he kind of gassed it up like this beat's about to be trash or something. And I checked my email and I listened to the beat one time. It was that beat gross or whatever. And that shit was so dope. I ran it back. The second time I heard that beat, I wrote that whole song. I wrote that whole song in like 10 minutes. Just like off like a fucking nigga. Like I've had songs take me weeks to write. You know what I'm saying? This shit was like just like a vibe. I just sat down and did it. And then like the video came to fruition, all that stuff. And it got you know, pretty decent feedback. And at Camp Xul was the first time I actually got to meet him in person. And it was pretty tight. And this is why I want to thank the fans too, is he said like literally like multiple times throughout the time he was there, people came up like, yo, that shit you did with Cody Manson, like gross, that shit's fire. Like, so that looked good on my part to him, whatever. But like we had a conversation. I can't really say too much right now. Chad, you were right there for most of it, so you heard what we talked about. But we're definitely gonna cook some shit up. You know what I'm saying? I can't really say too much, but we're definitely gonna see some more Cody Manson Slasher Dave in the future for sure.
Well, I'm stoked for it, brother, because you know, it's weird how you said that you're able to write a song in 10 minutes after listening to one of his productions. Like I had writer's block recently, like, over the weekend, trying to write out an intro for one of my articles, and like I was like, you know, I need some music to put on, you know, because I like to listen to like instrumental music. And then I put on some Slasher Dave, and then all of a sudden, like my shit was just fully written in like 15 minutes, the intro, and I was like, what the fuck? It's crazy, man. Yeah. I don't know, man. The guy knows how to produce, and just like it's like your brain just starts to drift off in a work mode or something, man. I don't know, man. The
thing I think is funny though, is he said the one thing he said, because like I said, when I reached out to him about or the graphic, I told you it was out of my range. When he hit me up about the beat, he was like, yo, gave me the beat for free, made the artwork for it, you know what I'm saying, all that shit for free. So it was organic as hell. It was just funny because the only thing he said, he's like, all I ask is that you rap some like slimy, cartoonish, but also like violent and bloody. And I was like that's kind of how I already rap as it is. So I'm like, shit, this ain't gonna be no problem. But yeah, that shit turned out really dope. It was one of my favorite songs right now for sure. And it was only supposed to be a single, but he did give me permission to put it on my album, so that's gonna be fucking dope.
That shit goes hard.
Oh hell yeah, man! I'm looking Thank you. To that. When I first heard about him, I didn't realize he was a producer. It said featuring Slasher Dave, so I thought he did like the background vocals or something. But then once I looked into him further, and then when I got talking to him too, when we ran into him together, Cody, That's when it all clicked together who he was, and I'm like, okay, I'm definitely gonna watch this man's set. And then, funny enough, after his set, we're hanging out outside and shit. He's like, you're tripping me out, dude. He's like, you look really familiar. And I was like, oh, I'm with such and such. I told him about Fagerloaded Underground Nation. He's like, that's how I know who you are. I was like, I watch your interviews. So I found out that Slasher Dave goes on Fagerloaders to watch my interviews. It's pretty crazy, man.
Gotta be tapped into the culture, man. I do the same shit.
So yeah, Donnie, welcome back again. Let's see, man. What's your absolute standout moment of Camp Xul for you? I think he may have froze up. Okay, we will bring the question to Keagan. Your most outstanding Camp Xul moment, just walking through the doors, hanging out.
I mean, it was all a pretty surreal experience. It was the first time I got to see Al Azul Ilu live, though. Like, I never got a chance to see him live before, just for some reason. But that was amazing. And then I got to chop it up with them a little bit afterwards and talk about a few things. So that was definitely cool.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure they knew who I was, but they were familiar with my work, which is dope.
That's cool, man. Yeah, they did 2 different sets back to back. So did you prefer the lighter tone, more energetic set, or did you prefer the second night with all the crazy dark shit?
I'm probably partial to the dark shit. I'd have to say, but Joe in that dress is something that I don't think anyone will ever forget.
Yeah, I mean, I had to reflect back. The very first time I saw AXE was Gathered 2016. And I saw them a year later, 17. They fucking killed it. And we got Donnie back in the stream. And then.
Yo, my bad. I don't know what the hell's going on. Like, every 5 minutes, my connection drops. Is the audio fucked up when I'm coming in?
A little bit.
No, you sound fine. You sound fine on my end.
Yeah, is there like clipping or anything for y'all?
I hear it.
Let me try to come in through my laptop.
All right. That's fine, man. So Donnie's going to be peacing out for a little bit. You jumping back in? Yeah, he's going to jump back in. But yeah, anyway, back to the AXE. It's just great watching them grow. Because I've said 2016, Bones Dub randomly jump on stage with them to do their first collab that they did together. And then 2017, it was like they had a way bigger crowd just watching in 1 year, watching them from 20, 30 people watching to over 100 people watching. It was like, what the fuck just happened within that year? And then now, watching them tour Twisted and going to Astronomicon, and now they're hosting their own music festival and seeing all the people show up and didn't care what the weather conditions were like. They were going to be there no matter what. It's just amazing, man.
Yeah, absolutely. They built something pretty extraordinary, I think. And I know they're just gonna make it bigger next time, and the time after that. This has potential to be something huge for sure.
Oh, it's definitely going to be bigger as time goes on. There's no way it's not, man. And probably see some bigger names attached that are horror related, like. I would like to see Wednesday 13 hang out with all those. That'd be some crazy shit. Who knows, man? I mean, shit. If Twisted can pull off a Cradle of Filth collaboration, I think we'll be all right.
True.
So, Cody, what about you, man? Your favorite outstanding moment of Camp Xul?
All right, so I was wilding the fuck out first off. Let me just say that, all right? See, what happens is like this, man. Whenever there's something like a festival or like a show, we all build up this anticipation for it. Even when I say I'm going to pace myself, I always go crazy as fuck the first night to get all the excitement out of me. And sometimes I survive the rest of the weekend, and sometimes I'm just dead for the rest of the weekend. But I'd have to say, all right, so when you were talking about Slasher Dave checking out your interviews and how you think that's cool that he watches your shit, I'm very into I'm very into the culture. Like I can't say I just know everything, but I watch what's going on. Like even like I don't really get into the politics, like this side or that side or this that. But when you got like certain people on the internet that rep a certain side that talk about the other, like I watch both of them. Like it's entertaining to watch both, almost like a rap beef essentially. But like, anyways, I'm in tune with the culture and stuff, and like to the point to where like, yes, it is an MNE event, but at the end of the day, like we are all parts of like the Juggalo / underground community. So when I was in the bar, I was extremely inebriated at this point, to say the least. But they're selling fucking bottles of beer, and there's like 20-ounce Fagos, right? And like, I'm like, yo, maybe I should throw some pop around. But after thinking, I was like, no, that might seem a little disrespectful because, like, when you think about the politics about it, it's like, and with them, I'm a guest of theirs, so especially me to go do that might have been a little bit of a dick move. But like, something just like I just bought a red pop, walked to the pit, started shaking it. And like when everyone's facing that bottle, the way that everyone's eyes lit up, like, oh my God. And I was like, right. And like fucking people was like, it's almost like it was like that little thing that was like missing. And I swear, like set the tone. The pit started getting harder. I started buying more pops. Got to the point the fucking bartenders like trying to tackle me to take the pops out of my arms. I'm like, no. And like, I don't know, man. I think it was just more of like I don't know why. Like I'm not even like that type of dude like to just be like that juggalo that just pours pop on you at the show. Like I'm not that dude ever. But I don't know, it's just weird. It's like something was calling. I just felt like it was like for like the fans, like for the culture. And like I don't know which member it was, but because I was just throwing fucking red pop everywhere. And I heard, I don't know if it was Lee or who, but it was one of the AXC boys, like during the middle of one of their songs, one of them was like, man, I love the smell of red pop. Like they were even like, fuck yeah. And I was like, you know what I'm saying? So that moment right there was like the most, I guess you could say, like magical moment for me because it just felt like on point. But like also me and some big ass homie fucking headbutted in the fucking mosh pit, bro. And we were both holding each other up, like damn near knocked each other out. Shit. So, I don't know, bro. That was probably my favorite part, was just fucking saying fuck it, letting loose and just getting dirty. But like,
I witnessed some red pop you spreading everywhere, and you are correct that the pit seemed to get bigger and wilder after you did that. I remember that shit. That was crazy.
You gotta set the tone sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, but no, I think also my highlight though,
back up.
Yeah, I'm about to say, besides the party aspect though, like I honestly just sharing the stage with Triple MFD, that shit's legendary, bro. Like,
yes,
I watched some dudes perform, and they have such a synchronicity with each other and shit. Like they just like fit. It's really like weird how good of like chemistry they have. Or like being able to step in the middle of that and work with them, even if it's for a verse or for one song, like that shit's epic as fuck. So that was definitely my highlight. Them, letting me come up on the main stage with them and do that shit. And there's probably some fans that didn't catch my set that caught that. You know what I'm saying? So it was definitely helped me capitalize on exposure to the fans in general.
Oh yeah, man. For Insane Poetry and Scum to bring out you and 90 Minutes up on stage, not just once, multiple times on stage in front of that many people, man. That salute to that, man.
Because we got bangers with those months, but no, it is an honor for real. But no, it definitely is, you know what I'm saying? But no, it definitely is an honor, regardless to fucking rock with them, man. Like every time, it feels surreal. That's real shit. Like it's because these are motherfuckers I've looked up to for years. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure Cody feels the same exact way. It's definitely. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it other than surreal. Like it's an honor every time, and that's real talk. Regardless if there's 10 people there or fucking 100 people there.
Right. No, I feel you, man, to the fullest. So, Donnie,
what's up?
What was your outstanding moment just hanging out, chilling at Camp Xul?
Honestly, I would say definitely the moments on stage with Triple MFD, like Cody for sure was that. Just watching everything go down in main stage, my moment on stage for sure was ill. A fun thing for sure. One of my favorite moments was, if Max's ass was in here, you know what I'm saying, if you also spoke, but now when we did our show after his set, that was dope as hell because legit, I've been following Max kind of in a similar sense of the way how Keagan was familiar with me. Like, I've known about him since War Report Combat back in the day type shit. Like, I remember when he was still doing Seven Seal with Low Key and shit back in the day, and just hearing about it. Like, he was the man, myth, the legend in New England, and I'm from Connecticut originally, so like, it was dope. Just especially just since me and him have built a relationship over like the last, like, I want to say maybe 8 years. We've been like, we started talking and shit, but just for us to even do that track last minute the way we did, it was dope. That was definitely a highlight for me for sure.
Yeah, man.
Seeing the way just us as a unit as LSP represented, it felt good. Because like we've all felt right the fuck at home. Like, we didn't feel out of place.
Right.
Like, people were looking at us like, why the fuck are we here? Just it was a good thing, and just seeing everybody shine the way they did respectfully. Everybody got a chance to do their thing, and it was a great time. So honestly, just my highlight is just everything. I can't put it no other way. The whole thing was dope.
I can't argue with that one bit, man. Well said, well put. I guess for me personally, just walking in and seeing that giant Alazulu monster with like a big glowing red eyes.
That shit was so fucking hard.
Just walking in and seeing that, like, okay, now I know what we're getting ourselves into. Let's do this. But no, man, I guess one of my favorite highlights was just the Church of Xul, just going in there, man, and just hanging out and watching.
That layout was sick.
And even just going in there with nothing else going on, just to sit in there, there was like this ominous feeling, like, I don't know, some spiritual thing going on, or something. I don't know, man. It's just that building itself just had positive vibes, whether they were creepy or not. I don't know. But
yeah, the LSP Q&A was definitely a highlight too. I left that out. That was definitely, like, for me personally as an artist, that was like not like a goal of mine. I just, like, I didn't realize how dope that's not something I thought about. And like the fact, like, you know, you go to these gatherings, you go to these other festivals, you see these seminars, like, to be part of something that is like, you know what I'm saying, to be able to sit up there in that panel and be just, I don't know, that shit was just definitely dope as hell.
yeah, I hope they expand on the seminars too, man. With better lighting, maybe. That's the only thing I would have to nitpick is.
Yeah, the microphone was fucking up.
Yeah, I mean, I get that we're supposed to be in a dark building, but, like, you know, maybe that is the whole point. But maybe that's the only thing I would have to say is maybe some better lighting, so people who could, you know, who are watching it online because they can't join can see it better. But even then, those people should be at the show anyways. So I guess that's just the one little thing I would have to say about that. But other than that, nah, dude, I had my whole time there. I just had fun the whole time. It felt like I was didn't even feel like it felt like I was gone for like a week when I got back, dude. That's how like, for real. When I got back, I was like, damn, felt like I've been partying for like a week.
No, real talk. That weekend whooped my ass. Like, I'm just now starting to feel normal from that fucking weekend, dude.
Right, I mean, fuck, music didn't even stop till like almost 2 in the morning, man. Everybody hanging out. Then there were some midnight features that night too, which was cool. They showed the movie The Burning, which is a pretty dark fucking slasher film that was actually written before Friday the 13th. I thought it was cool that AXC paid respect to these old classic movies I grew up on, so I thought that was cool. They played The Burning in Sleepaway Camp.
I hit you up actually the other day asking about that movie so I could watch it because it was too fucking cool to be.
Yeah, it's called The Burning, but yeah, I didn't watch Sleepaway Camp though, man. It was fucking snowing too hard. I was like, nah, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
I'm actually about to watch that shit tonight, actually, now that I got the title of it.
Yeah, it's weird because, like, it has the guy from fucking Seinfeld, I believe his name is Jason Alexander. He plays the bald guy with the fucking glasses. Yeah. He's in The Burning as a teenager at the fucking camp, dude. Like, 10 years before, 10, 12 years before Seinfeld even aired on TV, man.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I remember watching it like, oh shit, he's in this movie. But yeah, I guess Camp Xul overall, everybody had a great time. It was a blast. There's only like some minor, you know, things I would change, which would have to be obviously the weather, which they know that they're gonna. They've already discussed that at their own panel that they want to move it to an earlier date so they escape the weather like that. So they've already got that covered. So as I said, the only thing was the weather, the mud, and maybe some better lighting in the seminar. Other than that, man, everything was gold.
Yeah, it was definitely a great time. The location was amazing. Like those people, like they were seriously out there because they wanted to fucking scare people. Like that's what they like doing, and it's dope.
I was sitting. Oh, go ahead, Donnie. Go ahead.
There was the guy there that I thought was a sheriff. That was the fucking owner in a costume, apparently.
What, for real?
That's what someone like recently told. Yeah. I don't know if that's true or not, but someone told me that shit. It fucked me all up when I heard that.
They said what?
Fuck, I didn't even realize that, dude. What the fuck? But no, I remember I was sitting on the bench because I'm like, I gotta sit down somewhere because all the seats were taken. And matter of fact, bring your own chairs there because you'll be fucking standing up if you don't. But yeah, like I gotta sit down on this bench. I don't give a fuck how cold it is out here. And then like this big fucking Uncle Lurch dude, like blow over his face and walks up to me. I'm like, man, please don't fuck with me right now. But I didn't have a bracelet on or nothing, so like he realized I'm like, yo, man, I'm just here to relax for a second, dude. Like he was cool, bro. But if I had that bracelet on, dude, I would have been drug off some random fucking spot. I don't know what the fuck. So none of y'all had to experience the bracelet thing, right? Anybody in the chat experience?
Hell no.
Luke Franklin says, just waiting for MAXXX to get in here. Yo, we're waiting for him too. I don't know what the fuck happened.
We've been waiting, bro. Trust.
We've been waiting. But,
I've been done been waiting, bro.
So did anybody else get dragged off into the scare actors shenanigans? I guess no one in here, but this person, Andrew Cross, let's see what he says.
They put somebody in that open grave.
He said, my highlight was kicking it with LSP, Cena, and then Triple MFD set. Every set was lit up as fuck, and that energy was fresh as fuck. If you guys can read that on the screen, that's what he said.
Oh, yeah.
But wait, now, Keagan, you said someone was thrown in a mud pit or something?
They had an open grave, and someone got thrown in.
Yeah,
someone with bracelet experience.
What the fuck? And that was from wearing the bracelet?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
They weren't fucking around over there.
No, they definitely weren't. I was every time I was talking to somebody, there was this old like elderly lady that was like probably in her 70s, maybe younger. I don't know. Maybe the makeup gave more of her older look. But every time she would just be randomly behind me. And actually, Son pointed this out. Son was like, "Hey man, you have a visitor." And then I turn around, I'd be that lady, and then she would just walk away. I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Yo, was that lady who was singing "Drowning Pool" at karaoke?
It may have been. I didn't even see it. Wait, there was an old lady singing "Drowning
man.
Pool"?
That shit was dope.
And care to elaborate that a little more?
She was running around like just screaming at the top of her lungs during the karaoke, the fucking bodies from Drowning Pool.
No shit.
Yeah.
Hopefully there's some footage. Somebody, Smiles Bundy, says, my girl put on a bracelet and didn't know they drug her off and tried to get her to roll in the mud.
Yeah. Didn't they put a saddle on someone and ride them through the mud?
Yeah, I thought that was Grimm Smiles they did that to. That wasn't Grimm? I could have swore it was. I could be wrong, but I could have swore that was Grimm. That shit funny as hell.
Oh, wow.
They had his ass walking around that whole porch.
It's too cold to be up in the fucking mud puddles.
I'll have to ask him about that.
Bro, I'm too much of a rapper to get dirty, bro.
Right?
Cody, man, you look like you've been partying since Camp Xul, bro.
Bro, listen, bro, I'm always working. Like, yeah, I do party and shit, but like I said, you guys talking about Camp Xul for like a week. Really, it was 2 days. Like, literally, like 2 days after Camp Xul, I had to catch a flight to fucking Denver. And just the travel time, that shit takes a lot out of you just in general. Just
Oh, Oh yeah, I feel you.
You know that feeling when you get to your room, you're like, fuck. It's like, I don't know. When I go to Denver too, it's like, well, shit. As soon as I touch down, there's always a function. Everyone's like, oh shit, Cody, what room you in? Next thing you know, I got a fucking hotel party cracking up. I wasn't even trying to and shit. It's like, and then like I said, fucking flying back into fucking. I always fly out of Detroit instead of Cleveland because it's like way cheaper. Like. So I always I always go up to Detroit. So when I flew back into Detroit yesterday, I had that show in Toledo, which is an hour south, and my fucking plane was an hour and a half delayed. So I kind of just been on like this like power rush of trying to get shit together and just get it out the way. But yeah, today's the first day I got home, and I already got yelled at for taking a nap because I'm supposed to be helping around doing my daddy duties, and I'm just passed out, tired as fuck. But no, I'm definitely tired. I definitely got it in last night for sure.
Oh, yeah.
What show did you rock out to after Camp Xul? You said you went to Ohio and then Detroit?
No, I went to Denver, Colorado, and I did it was a benefit. It was Neon Lights and Bar Fights Wrestling. It was some metal bands, and then it was a couple LSP acts. It was actually really dope. I don't know if you guys ever been to the Roxy. But on the dance floor, like on like the actual floor part, like they have like the two sections on the side with the black bars that come down. It's like the flat concrete floor. They were gonna set up a ring, but then I don't know if they ran out of time or what. But they did the wrestling like right on the concrete floor. And like I'm not really big into wrestling and shit, but them motherfuckers was fucking each other up, bro. I was like,
I was watching that shit from your live feed. That they had no ring. They were just fighting in the middle of the floor.
Yeah, bro's gonna body slam around the concrete and shit.
Posting online, I was enjoying that shit.
Yeah,
dude, that was real as fuck, man.
Yeah, that was pretty dope.
I mean, wrestling at the gathering, that shit looked pretty intense. But man, on the concrete, fuck, bro.
Yeah, and then to see them all, I don't know, I give me a new respect for like underground or like backyard wrestling, whatever you want to call it, because like they shattered like 100 fucking LED lights, whatever, the neon lights, and it's like once the whole thing's done, they all jump up. The dude that just got his ass whooped on the concrete, he jumped up, they all grab a broom, sweep a ball of glass, and they were like clockwork in that bitch. I'm like, I don't know, I respect how they move for sure.
Wow.
But no.
So I guess we got a few more minutes. Any last closing statements about Camp Xul? What we'd like to see next year? Same location. Honestly, I don't want to move from that location.
I would say same location, just a little bit earlier in the year, like late summer.
Early fall, late summer, yeah.
Yeah, maybe like late September, early October type shit.
Yeah.
That's really it. Just warmer weather, which I'm sure they're already trying to figure out. That's the only thing I gotta say about. Other than that, it was fucking amazing, and I can't wait till the next month. It's only.
I'll be at next year. There's no way I'm skipping next. Keagan, what about you, man?
I mean, I'm definitely going to the next one.
Hey, also, I want to shout out Jim Job and shout out Rick Mole, man. Them motherfuckers busted their ass to make that shit happen, bro.
Yeah,
no,
man.
For real, man. There was a lot of time and effort what they put together so quickly. Because I mean, it was announced. Camp Xul was announced like what, end of July, and then a little over 3 months later, we were all there rocking out.
Oh, yeah, they've been working on it hard. I know. Rick Mole, he's been busting his ass on everything over there.
Yes, sir.
Shit, man. I mean, I would like to see other underground acts expanded upon beyond just hip hop, but that's just my personal taste. I loved everybody there. Everybody fucking rocked out. You know, it was my first. I've hung out with Donnie and Menace several different times. It was the first time I've seen him live. And, man, you fucking killed it, bro. I mean, watching you and MADD back to back and then Cody was just like triple threat, dude. Boom, boom. Fucking dope.
That shit was booked out to me to even see on the stage with that motherfucker. Like, that's in all sincerity. Like, he doesn't get the credit he deserves overall. And that's just, in my humble opinion, that's entirely. MADD been a beast and has been doing shit for a minute. And just even with myself, like, that was an honor to share the stage back to back with him the way I did. And that's like real shit, especially because even on the New England, like Wicked Street side overall, like that was dope as hell. He said that MAXXX for real.
Yeah, MAXXX, if you're listening, he's probably too busy at the moment, but Man, you killed it, bro. That's all I gotta say. I mean,
He really did.
and as we talk about people getting engaged during the set,
Yo, he killed it too.
for real, man. He conquered the second stage. So, if anybody wants to talk about their recent projects they're working on right now before we close this feed, you know, what's all we're working on that we should be hyped about?
Keagan, go first.
Man, I'm doing everything. It's HeyKidGrimm.com. I've got new music coming out. I've always got new fucking art and videos and shit dropping. I always fucking do that shit. So I probably have a new album out in February.
February, okay, we'll keep that locked in. February,
Yeah, I got like
Grimm. Most likely we'll
songs
have a new
pretty
record
much
out.
done.
Either way, you'll see new content from him very soon. So I guess Donnie next. What do you got working on, man?
It was cutting in and out. Were you speaking to me or Cody? I'm sorry.
I'm speaking to Donnie. Okay, Donnie, what do you got cooking up in the studio?
So to talk shit about myself for a second, a year later after actually the whole push it 2 years since I got signed to LSP, my records that I had to redo after losing my hard drive are finally starting to surface and come out. So my first one is called Boomsticks and Chainsaws. It is going to be an EP of 1 of 3. And I am aiming right now. Well, we're going to be dropping a single probably in the next few weeks. I just got to speak to Boss Man to see the release schedule to see how everything's working because we already got a video done and ready to go for it. I should be getting the final master to the song itself so we can drop it in the next day or so. And well, to get everything submitted, but you will be getting a single from me very soon, and then from there it's just a case of when the release date's going to be appropriate for the EP. But I do have one ready to fucking go right now, and we should be dropping it within the next few months. We're just trying to get the release date in order. And with that being said, I already got 2 more ready to go to follow up after that. So
Yo,
that's all I'll say right now. I won't go into detail further than that, but we are starting to get the ball rolling after I drag my fucking balls all over the place for forever.
You got me hyped, man, but you need to send some of that Evil Dead content to whoever's working on the next Evil Dead movie and get yourself featured on the soundtrack, brother. For real.
Oh yeah. Which also, Cody, I gotta get at you soon. Both you motherfuckers for shit soon in actuality, but yeah, I'll be reaching out to both you motherfuckers for shit for these projects as well.
Tap in.
Hey, Cody, as I said, you got stuff cooking with Slasher Dead, but when can people expect your sophomore release through LSP?
So I'm trying not to put dates, an exact date, but I am aiming for February. I was actually aiming for January, but I think there's another release from the label mate. So I think I'm gonna do January, or I'm gonna do February as well. I announced the album title at the LSP seminar. It's gonna be called E = MC Skelter. And it's kind of just like I'm a Gemini and shit. And it kind of just it's focused. It's not just based off duality, but like it has a lot of I don't know. My personality is very left and right. So like it's kind of like the sick fuck, but also like the clever genius mixed together. I have some really fucking dope production on that. I'm not gonna announce everybody that's produced on that album yet, but like it's some shit that like I don't even know how I obtained. But yeah, I have some production that's gonna fucking blow your wigs back, and I also have I'm not gonna have a whole bunch of features on this one. Like Psychoactive had a bunch of features. This one there's just a couple, but the couple features I got are like I don't know. Like you might be able to guess one of them, but like the other ones, like you wouldn't believe me if I told you I had them on a song. You'd be like, yeah, fucking right. But it happened. So fucking, I'm excited about that. I'm trying to building up to my release. I do plan on dropping at least 2 videos before it comes out. I'm trying to solidify everything, get some videos in the barrel before the release date just to promote it as it comes. But you probably won't see any new singles from me till my album comes out. You might see some features I did with people and shit like that. But I'm one of them artists that like I write for my album. Like I don't just have a catalog. I don't have one unreleased song right now unless it's for my new album. So I'm just building that way, and then I'm also about to start focusing on dropping some more Trife Life merch. I'm gonna do a winter release with some dope ass items, and because a lot of people ask me what's up with Trife Life merch, and it's like, you know, I put a lot of my time into like my music to where it's like I need to start watering my brand's flower a little bit more, because with the lack of promotion I do of it, it's already gaining traction. So it's like I just need to quit fucking around and really push Trife Life as a brand and as a team. So shouts out to my Trife Life brothers too. Shouts out to my homie Coon with Wicked Threads. We got a lot of dope shit going on, man. I'm starting to feel like my squad is starting, not even just artist wise, but just like my team of my direct help and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because as an artist, you can't do everything by yourself. But I don't know. I have a lot of dope shit coming out, man. Like I said, the album's coming. It's gonna be 15 to 18 tracks. Very minimal features, shit like that. But that's about it.
Wow, man, you are staying on the grind, Cody. We'll
Trying.
see you down.
Oh, matter of fact, I can't say too much. All right, so February, this is what my shit's looking like. February, got my full length album dropping. I do have, you could call it experimental, but I'm dropping a special EP. And if you know, you know. If you don't, you'll know soon. But I'm dropping a very special EP with a really dope ass producer. I'm also gonna at some point do something with Slasher Dave. I don't want to say too much on that, and then there's another producer I don't want to say too much about. So I'm gonna drop 3 other EPs after my album comes out, and they're all gonna be different, and they're all gonna be just me and that producer together, like a group collective thing. So I don't know. I'm excited for this other project though. It's gonna be some silly shit.
Little Faith says we all need Jesus, but I say that's blasphemous.
Who's that? Who's Jesus?
Man, Jesus needs
I don't know.
I got a homie named Jesus. You know what I mean? I'm good money.
Yeah, man. You just missed out on Camp Xul. That's all I gotta say about that.
I see Deborah in here. What's up, Dev?
Man. You got me hyped, Cody. Donnie and Keagan all got dope ass projects coming out that's gonna set the underworld of hip hop ablaze for sure. So yeah, I mean, overall, Camp Xul was great. Everybody had fun. Blazed at home, Boondocks. Killed it on the M&E side. All the underground cats. Everybody on both stages had crowds, people watching them, even when the snow was coming down. So it was fresh. I mean, I don't got much to say.
Last thing too, going on the subject of why I started throwing pop around. At the very end of the last set on the last day, it was really like refreshing to hear them play "Wicked Clowns Never Die" as soon as the show was over. I was like, you know what? I was like, fuck it.
I totally forgot about that. Not to mention that wasn't the only time they played Instant Compost at Camp Xul.
Right, but just somebody hearing that song play at the end of the event was like, oh, all right, fuck yeah.
So yes, for those tuning in, Inside Compost still played on Magic Ninja Entertainment speakers. So there you go. Fuck the beef.
It was all love out there.
Any closing statements?
Next year.
Team Snuff in this beach, LSP. Shout out to Scum. Shout out to Lynch. Everybody else over there in Denver holding it down. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the fans. Shout out to fucking Fago lovers, MNE, LLE. Shout out to everybody that's fucking with me.
Joe Black, Lee Carver, and Billy Obey. Thank you for such a kick-ass event. We hope next year is even bigger and better than the last one. We know it will be. I mean, this is just starting. It's gonna turn into its own monster of music and horror.
Let's start a petition for Cody Manson for mainstream.
Yo, if
I agree, you, Donnie, and Keagan should end stage acts, in my opinion. You guys hold your own weight among the underground, for sure.
I was just happy to be a part of it, regardless. I was just happy to be considered to even be there, man.
Oh, I feel you. But technically, you guys did get the Rock on the main stage because Insane Pleasure and Scumbar, you guys multiple times, not just once, like at least 2 or 3 different times.
Yes, sir.
I don't really got much to say unless you guys got anything more to say about Camp Xul other than we all had fun.
Man, shout out to Long Live Evil, man. They're killing it over there.
I don't know which fucking camera angle's gonna look bright. We already know L's up in this bitch.
Which L's up. All right, well, hey, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys taking time on your busy schedule. Everybody, sorry that MADD and S.O.N didn't join. I don't know what the story is behind that, but 3 out of 5 isn't that bad. So,
gang shit. I'll holler at you. I'm gonna get a pop here.
Run into all you guys again. I don't know when that will be, but I'm sure I'll be at a future MMA LSP event sometime in the near future.
Sounds good, brother. Much love, yo.
Yeah, much love. Respect. Thank you guys for all the music you put out. For real. Thank you.
Peace.
Underground music, that shit.